today?
Well, the thing I didn't like is how many points were put on the board. That's always discouraging when you look up there and you see the final score is 27-24. So, thought early on, again, just some of the big plays that was discouraging. Game time. As defense coach, when the ball was going over your head, it looked like at times we had guys in position to make plays in the deep ball. And, didn't play the ball real well, but big plays are things that are going to kill us, and that's what we've got to get out of our system. I thought the energy and the effort, thought the kids played hard, gave good effort, good energy. Still got to improve in certain areas, but again, it's a work in progress, and I think we're going in the right direction.
From Lawrence Burnett, what did you see from him? Obviously, he had the pick for the touchdown.
Right, he had a big play there. I had an opportunity to get his hands on the ball there and took it back for a touchdown. Again, he's had a good productive spring for us. He's like everyone else back there. They're going in the right direction, but they've got a long ways to go. That's going to be important. LB and all the other guys, the rest of the team, they continue to work hard this summer. Continue to show some improvement, but been pleased with his effort and his production.
Any one position group that really impressed you during the course of the spring?
Yeah, on defense, I think probably the strength of our defense will probably be up front, with the D tackle and the D end position. We've got a little bit more depth at the D tackle position. We've got some guys that we can rotate through that I think will give us good quality production there. We don't have that luxury at the defensive end spot, but we are getting production with the first two guys. Feel good about our first two linebackers. I think Leon and Jeff Thomas, I think both those kids are probably two of the better players on defense for us. So we've got to be able to find a third guy to balance that up.
Speaking of which, Doug, you look like you played a lot of nickel today with just
Yeah.
two linebackers. Is that by design or personnel or what the offense?
A lot of it's personnel. We're trying to match personnel. Our offense kept it pretty simple today, and we feel like we did too. We kind of curved back a little bit of the call sheet going into today. We wanted to let these guys go out there and not have to think so much. Be able to go out there and run our base defense, base offense, and let them get out there and play. But played a lot of nickel. Again, just matching up. We want to get a little bit better athlete out there on the third wide receiver. We've got the ability to play our base versus those packages, but just get more guys out there, a little bit more speed.
How do you feel about when you got defensive backs' aggressiveness today? Because it looked like they were pretty aggressive.
Hey, I'm still missing too many tackles, Don. There are times we get in position, you like to think that once we get our body, once we make contact, you'd like to see that ball carrier go down. Times we're still missing tackles, and at times the ball carriers getting a lot of hidden yardage where they're getting that yards after contact. The thing we've emphasized on defense, we got to become more physical. We got to be a tougher defense. We got to execute the fundamentals. Number one fundamental of defense, you better be able to tackle. So, still an area we got to improve on. Saw some improvement. Still, even the first touchdown, they threw a little bubble screen. We got a guy coming down on top of him, and we don't make the tackle. End result's a touchdown. So, those are the things we've got to get out of our system. And if we can master that fundamental, we got a chance to be pretty good. Sorry, is it not?
Yeah, seemed like I guess Heumann was playing a lot of the nickel.
Mm-hmm.
On first team, like he made some big plays today.
Mm-hmm.
Would you see out of him?
Yeah, I tell you, the great thing about Greg is Greg could play any spot in the secondary. He played some corner, he played some safety, and he played some nickel. He's one of those guys, and it's an amazing story. It kind of tells you about recruiting. But here's a young man that he's got the athletic ability to be a corner, yet he's physical and he's tough enough to play safety. So, he's got a good future ahead of him. But again, a very intelligent young man. Like I said, to be able to play really either corner, safety, or nickel, he's able to pick up on it. He's very sound in what he does. And again, he's going to be on the field a lot for us this year.
Are you happy with the way the guys were getting off the snap and the speed that they were throwing the ball?
Again, I think the effort was pretty good. We'll see on tape here. That's one thing we challenged the kids from day one is, we want to play harder than anyone out there in college football. And we've graded our kids on their effort every time they've stepped foot on the field. We've graded them and we've given them feedback on what's acceptable effort and what's unacceptable. And if they give us effort that's unacceptable, they're going to run for it after practice. So trying to set a standard, try to set an expectation of the type of effort that we want to give. I think it was pretty good today. So we'll go through and grade it either tonight or tomorrow and find out a little bit more.
What
More questions?
What kind of progress overall this spring have you seen in the secondary? I guess what are they getting better at? What's kind of specific?
Well, I think first, I think they've done a pretty good job taking what we're teaching in the meeting, and I think that's been able to transfer over to the field. So from that standpoint, from a mental standpoint, been pretty encouraged. you know, I think we've gotten better each and every practice. You know, I think as a coach, sometimes I'm always looking at the negative and where we've got to get better. But I think we've seen progress in understanding, progress in their effort. I think we're playing a little bit more physical than maybe we did the first week, but you know, I think that's expected. You know, seeing some improvement, we've got a long ways to go.